High in the Rocky Mountains, whispers of a legend lingered. Locals spoke of a hidden mine, a mine lost for over 2 centuries, a mine filled with gold, they said. But the mountain held its secrets close. No one had found the lost mine of Deadwood Gulch, until now. Our team, a ragtag bunch of historians and adventurers, had come looking for answers. We'd heard the stories and studied the old maps. For months we searched. Then, one crisp morning, we saw it. A weathered wooden door, almost swallowed by the earth. This was it, the entrance to the lost mine. Excitement crackled in the air. We carefully removed the debris, centuries of dirt and growth. The old timbers groaned as we pried open the door. It was a sound of resistance, a warning perhaps from the past. As the door creaked open, a rush of musty air hit us. The smell of earth, dampness, and something else. Something ancient and unknown. We rigged up our lights and took a deep breath. It was time to step into the unknown. The lost mine of Deadwood Gulch awaited. A shiver ran down my spine as I peered into the darkness. The air inside the mine was heavy, thick with the silence of centuries. Our headlamps cut through the darkness, revealing rough-hewn tunnels. The walls were timbered, a testament to the miners who had toiled here. The air hung heavy with the weight of expectation. What secrets did this mine hold? We took a cautious step inside, our boots crunching on the earthen floor. The air grew cooler, the silence deeper. The mine seemed to watch us, a silent guardian of its long-forgotten secrets. The silence in the mine was profound, a heavy, almost tangible presence that pressed in from all sides. It was as if the earth itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. Down here, beneath layers of rock and soil, the world above felt impossibly distant. Its noise, its light, its life all muffled by the weight of stone. The quiet was not just an absence of sound, but a living thing, thick and enveloping, wrapping itself around us as we ventured deeper. It wasn't just the absence of noise, it was the feeling that the very air was holding its breath. Every step we took seemed to echo with a significance that was almost sacred, as if we were trespassers in a place that belonged to shadows and memories. The tension was palpable, a silent warning that we were not alone in these ancient corridors. The darkness seemed to press closer, thickening with every heartbeat, and the air itself felt charged with anticipation. The only sound was the drip, drip, drip of water, echoing through the tunnels like a haunting melody. Each droplet fell with a clarity that cut through the silence, its rhythm both comforting and unnerving. The echoes bounced off the stone walls, multiplying in the darkness until it felt as though the mine itself was whispering secrets in a language only the patient could understand. Sometimes the sound would fade, replaced by a hush so deep it made my ears ring, only for the dripping to return, steady and relentless. Our lights danced across the walls, creating eerie shadows that seemed to writhe and twist. The beams of our flashlights and lanterns sliced through the darkness, illuminating jagged rocks and ancient timbers, but also conjuring shapes that flickered and shifted with every movement. Sometimes a shadow would dart across the wall, making us pause, hearts pounding as we tried to convince ourselves it was only a trick of the light. The interplay of light and darkness made the mind feel alive, as if it was watching us, testing our resolve. We moved cautiously, our voices hushed with a mixture of awe and apprehension. Every footstep was measured, every whisper seemed to linger in the air longer than it should. The ground beneath us was uneven, littered with loose stones and the remnants of old tools, each one a silent testament to those who had come before us. We exchanged nervous glances, each of us wondering what might be lurking just beyond the reach of our lights. The further we went, the more the mine seemed to close in around us, its secrets hidden in the folds of darkness. Every turn in the tunnel, every shadow that flickered in the lantern light sent a jolt of adrenaline through me. The mine was a labyrinth, its passages twisting and turning in ways that defied logic. Sometimes the shadows seemed to move on their own, stretching and shrinking as if they had a life independent of our presence. My imagination ran wild, conjuring images of long-forgotten miners and creatures of the deep earth watching us from the darkness. Each new bend brought a fresh wave of uncertainty, a reminder that we were guests in a place that did not easily give up its mysteries. It felt like we were walking through the veins of the mountain, the very heart of a mystery. The walls around us pulsed with history, every crack and crevice a chapter in a story written over centuries. Down here, in the silence and shadows, We were explorers not just of the physical world but of the unknown, seeking answers, chasing echoes, and discovering the quiet power that lies hidden beneath the surface of the earth. As we ventured deeper into the mine, we began to find remnants of the past. Rusty pickaxes lay abandoned near half-carved walls. A broken cart, its wooden frame rotten and decayed, stood as a silent testament to the mine's sudden closure. These were more than just objects, they were echoes of the lives that had once toiled here. Each piece told a story, a whisper of dreams and struggles. We carefully collected these artifacts, treating each one with the respect it deserved. These were pieces of a puzzle, clues that might help us understand why this mine was abandoned. In one shadowy chamber, tucked away from the main tunnels, we stumbled upon a remarkable collection of tools, artifacts that seemed to have been frozen in time. The air was thick with the scent of earth and age, and as our lanterns flickered across the stone walls, the tools revealed themselves, resting quietly as if waiting for their owners to return. Each item was astonishingly well preserved, a testament to the dry, undisturbed air of the cave. It was as though the miners had just set them down at the end of a long shift, never suspecting that centuries later, someone would find them exactly as they left them. There were hammers and chisels, their wooden handles worn smooth and shiny from years of hard labor. The grain of the wood was polished by countless hands, each mark and dent telling a story of perseverance and toil. Some of the metal heads were chipped, bearing the scars of repeated blows against stubborn rock. These were not just tools but silent witnesses to the daily struggles and triumphs of the miners who wielded them. You could almost imagine the rhythmic sound of metal striking stone, echoing through the darkness as the miners chipped away at the earth in search of precious minerals. On a narrow ledge, we discovered a crudely made oil lamp, its simple design a stark contrast to the complexity of the work it illuminated. The lamp's metal was tarnished and its wick had long since turned to dust, but it was easy to picture its warm, flickering glow casting dancing shadows on the cave walls. This humble lamp would have been a miner's lifeline, pushing back the suffocating darkness and allowing him to see just far enough to keep working. The thought of those long, lonely hours spent by the light of such a lamp was both haunting and deeply moving. Nearby we found a pair of leather boots, their soles worn thin and cracked, as if the miner who wore them had walked countless miles through these twisting tunnels. The leather was stiff with age, but the shape of the boots still held the memory of the feet that once filled them. It was easy to imagine the exhaustion and determination of the person who laced them up each day, braving the cold, damp darkness in pursuit of a better life. These boots were more than just footwear. They were a symbol of the journey, both literal and metaphorical, that every miner undertook. As we examined these objects, it became clear that they weren't just tools, they were extensions of the miners themselves. Each handle, each blade, each worn edge was shaped by the hands that used them, molded by years of repetitive motion and necessity. These tools were companions in the darkness, trusted allies in the daily battle against the unforgiving earth. Holding them, even for a moment, was like reaching across time and shaking hands with the people who had once called this place home. In that silent chamber, you could almost feel the presence of those long-gone miners. The air seemed to vibrate with the echoes of their labor, the clang of hammers striking stone, the scrape of shovels against gravel, the low murmur of voices sharing stories and hopes. The dust that still hung in the air was the same dust they had breathed, the same dust that had settled on their skin and clothes after hours of back-breaking work. It was a powerful reminder of the human spirit, of the determination and resilience that drove these men to carve out a living deep beneath the earth's surface. Standing there, surrounded by these relics of a bygone era, was a humbling experience. We were not just exploring an abandoned mine. We were walking in the footsteps of history, tracing the lives of those who came before us. Every tool, every boot, every lamp was a link in a chain stretching back through time, connecting us to the hopes, dreams, and struggles of generations past. It was a moment of profound connection, a reminder that the past is never truly gone as long as we remember and honor those who shaped it. Despite our discoveries, the reason for the mine's abandonment remained a mystery. We found no signs of a collapse, no evidence of natural disaster. The tools, the carts, even the personal belongings of the miners were left as if they simply put them down and walked away. Why would anyone abandon a mine, seemingly in the middle of a workday? What had happened here 2 centuries ago? The mine held its secrets close, but we were determined to unravel them. The discovery of the lost mine of Deadwood Gulch sent ripples through the historical community. It was the kind of find that historians and treasure hunters alike dream about, a moment that instantly rewrote what we thought we knew about the past. News of the mine's unearthing spread quickly, igniting excitement not just among scholars, but also among locals whose ancestors may have once walked those very tunnels. Suddenly, the quiet town of Deadwood was thrust into the spotlight, as experts and enthusiasts flocked to the site, eager to catch a glimpse of history being uncovered in real time. It wasn't just the gold that was significant, though there was plenty of it. The glittering nuggets and weathered coins were certainly dazzling, but they were only part of the story. What truly captivated the world was the context in which these treasures were found. Each artifact, from a battered pickaxe to a faded journal, offered a tangible link to the people who once toiled in the darkness, chasing dreams of fortune and a better life. The gold was a symbol, but the real treasure was the story it helped to tell. It was the glimpse into the past that these perfectly preserved artifacts provided. As archaeologists carefully brushed away layers of dust, they revealed objects that had not seen the light of day in over a century. Each item was a puzzle piece, helping to reconstruct the daily lives, hopes, and struggles of the miners who once called Deadwood Gulch home. The artifacts ranged from simple tools to personal trinkets, each one whispering secrets of a bygone era. We learned about their mining techniques, their tools, even their diets as we pieced together the evidence left behind. The worn handles of shovels and the intricate designs on lanterns spoke of ingenuity and adaptation. The miners had to be resourceful, making do with what they had, often inventing new ways to extract gold from the stubborn earth. Their camaraderie was evident in the communal spaces, where they shared meals and stories, forging bonds that helped them endure the harsh conditions underground. From the remnants of food found in old tin cans, we discovered what sustained them through long, grueling shifts. Scraps of salted meat, beans, and even the occasional treat hinted at the small comforts they clung to. These humble remains told us not just what they ate, but how they lived, resourceful, resilient, and always hoping for a better tomorrow. The diet of the miners was a testament to their endurance, and the simple meals they shared became a symbol of their shared struggle. The lost mine was a time capsule sealed away from the world for generations. When the entrance was finally pried open, it was as if time itself had paused, preserving a moment from the early 1800s in perfect detail. The air inside was thick with history, and every corner of the mine held a new discovery. It was a rare opportunity to step directly into the past, to see and feel the world as it once was. A snapshot of life in the early 1800s, the mine revealed the routines and rituals of its long-gone inhabitants. We saw where they worked, where they rested, and how they found moments of joy amid the hardship. The dioramas and displays brought their world to life, allowing us to walk in their footsteps and imagine the challenges they faced each day. It was a stark reminder of the human cost of progress, of the risks and sacrifices that fueled the gold rush. The exhausted faces and battered bodies of the miners told a story of perseverance in the face of adversity. Many suffered injuries, and some never made it out of the mines. Their determination and courage were etched into every artifact, a silent testament to the price they paid in pursuit of a dream. The sacrifices made by those who came before us were immense. Many left behind families, risking everything for a chance at prosperity. The choices they made shaped not only their own destinies, but also the future of the region. Their legacy is one of hope, hardship, and the relentless pursuit of a better life, echoing through the generations. Their story, once lost, could now be told. Thanks to the discovery of the Deadwood Gulch mine, we can honor their memory and learn from their experiences. The artifacts and records they left behind allow us to connect with the past in a way that is both personal and profound. In rewriting history, we not only uncover forgotten truths, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the resilience and spirit of those who came before us. Leaving the mine that day, we sealed it back up, protecting it from the elements and the curious. But the story didn't end there. The discovery of the lost mine of Deadwood Gulch had ignited a passion in us, a thirst for knowledge and a desire to uncover more of history's hidden treasures. We knew that there were countless other stories out there, waiting to be told. The adventure continues, and we, the intrepid explorers of the past, are ready to unearth them all.